Hey, this is the P-38 pilot. Now, Walther just released a new PPQ variant as of January 1st of 2019. For those of you who know, the PPQ Q5 match has been my favorite Walther variant so far. Walther has been listening to competitive shooters like myself and others and released a steel frame version. It's about a pound heavier than your polymer frame PPQ Q5. You got checkering on the front grip. They drop the finger grooves on the front. The lines are at 25 lines per inch. We got a magazine release about the same. This is the Pro version, so it comes with the flared mag well, plus 2 round extensions on your magazines. Set up so it can be ran with the red dot or iron sights. You got a front fiber optic. Takedown's a little bit different, as in you got this takedown lever where you got to pull back and then rotate the lever up. It's kind of a difficult operation. You got to pull the trigger too. Slide releases. Internals are pretty much the same. The trigger on this feels a little bit lighter. I think that's mostly because it's a steel-on-steel contact instead of a steel-on-polymer contact. Plus, I think there's a little bit less deflection in pin location. The front's a little bit longer. You got an extended 1913 rail, pick rail. Assembly's pretty easy. You just got to make sure you line up in the takedown slot so you can rotate the lever. If you're a little bit weaker, I could see somebody having issues with that. The grips are polymer wraparound. Apparently Walther is going to be releasing more grips with more colors. Speaking of I guess competitive accessories, this magazine well will only work with Walther plus 2 round extensions. According to the January edition of the USPSA magazine, apparently the Terran Tactical plus 5 extensions work. I don't have any of those. I have the Taylor Freelance plus 6 extensions, which sadly hang up in the magazine. The back part is flared a little bit too much of the extension, and it contacts on the mag well. If you have Taylor Freelance's flared mag well like this, it does not fit on the steel frame model. There's a little bit of a geometry issue on the front. You can see where I tried to grind down in order to get this to fit. It makes contact right about there. I could do a little bit more Dremel work, but at this point I don't really think it's worth it too much. Your older style plus 2 mag extensions, on the Walther 17 rounders, they don't fit in that mag well. Your standard 15 rounders don't fit in that mag well. What I'll probably do is end up running this either carry optics without the mag well, and I'll end up putting on a Vortex Venom, probably a 3 MOA, or I'll run this in limited minor with 17 rounders, and if I do that, I'll probably pick up Terran Tactical plus 5s. Overall, fit and finish is superb. You got all your options from your original Q5 match, just a pound heavier with a little bit more accessory rail. You got the little beaver tail grip. All your controls are the same. The feel overall is about the same. Felt recoil, I would say, is reduced by a third to 50% depending on what loads you're shooting, and then also depending on what you perceive recoil as. MSRP is a bit too high, I would say. I got this for around $1,500. You could probably get it cheaper. If you're going to run carry optics, I would get just the plain SF instead of the SF Pro. As far as accessories in the box, you got 3 magazines. Depending on what model, they may or may not have the +2 extensions. So you got either 15 or 17 round capacity. You got the useless lock. You've got the plates for the red dots. You got a little tool pouch, which sadly they didn't give you the Allen wrench to change out the grips. Comes with the standard Walther target. Accuracy. My first 50 rounds through this pistol were put into a 2.5-inch circle at 25 feet, easily, no problem. It was just one after another as fast as I could pull the trigger. Sights are adequate. Overall, I'm looking forward to see how this is going to run in USPSA. I should see a slight split time increase or decrease. I should be getting a little bit faster just because of the different recoil impulse. I'll let you know how that goes later on in a different video. I'm currently waiting on a holster from Veil Solutions, their C1 holster. So I'm 5 to 7 weeks out currently. So I'll be getting that before the outdoor matches start, which will be late March, early April, depending on weather. Yeah, lovely Midwest weather. It's either going to snow, rain, or do both. Overall, I put about 60 rounds through this pistol. No flaws in feeding or function. I guess I will give an update further down the line. I'm hoping to shoot about 5,000 rounds in competition this year. So, thanks for watching. I will post another video, maybe some range footage later on. Yeah, thanks for the support.